title. Let me get the clip. Let me get the clickbait title. It's not clickbait, bro. It's just a thumbnail. It's just a thumbnail, dude. Okay. I don't know if that thumbnail is gonna get used. Okay, so my back hurts in this position. Okay, so I'm trying to essentially not have to be like this. Alright, so I'm trying to bro. Well, that sucks. Okay. Well, I'm trying to essentially figure out how to create something that on the outside would take time, but like a lot of time, but I'm trying to do it really fast. So if I just forcefully, do it through action, that can get me somewhere. But there's a thing on the inside of a human being that has like an identity level about itself, and depending on what the identity is attuned to, that is what is able to get done. So somebody who considers themselves, like for the sake of example, somebody who considers themselves a winner in a particular field. Let's say they're a coder, right? Like they code stuff. They do code, and let's say they consider themselves a winner at code, and they feel themselves so smart at code. Even before they even start, let's say when they go into doing code, they have this intention of like, I'm a great coder. I know exactly what I'm doing. They feel so passionate and so excited about it. Versus, no, so excited about it, like, and I'm talking beyond the point of like, it doesn't even feel human how excited they are about it. Not just like a regular excitement. Versus the person who goes into coding and is like not so sure about himself. Like he wants to try it. He thinks it'll be fun, but he doesn't. He thinks it's gonna be hard, and like he doesn't really know. I mean, who do you think is gonna do better? I think the person who has the excitement and the about it and the naturalness about it is gonna do better more often than not, right? Why would the person who doesn't really believe in himself do better? It just doesn't make sense like that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's good at something knows that they're good at something. Even before they do it, they have this strong feeling that they know they could do it. And it has nothing to do with the technological term. So, like, the information that they need to know, it doesn't really have much to do with that. Besides, it's more with the energy that they are that ends up manifesting into the information that they know, right? You could start not knowing a damn thing about about a particular field, but if you are really passionate and really feel it on identity level of who you are, where there's no counter intention saying that you can't do this, then what you needed to know will happen naturally and quickly, and probably quicker. Probably you already know something without even consciously knowing that you knew it. Meaning, like, when you look at it, you'll learn it so quickly because you essentially knew it because of the vibration that you were vibrating at. This is just a theory, but if you look at it, bro, if you go into any experiment or anything that you want to do, and you go ahead and you try to do it, you'll notice that there's something in you that's saying you can't do this, or on energetically it frustrates you. It's friction. It says blah 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 blah, like, no, you're not good enough. You have to do this, that, and third. Look at this person, he's so good, and you got to be able to do what he did, and like go through all the long hours and shit like that. It would make up all these excuses, bro, about why you can't do it, about why you can't do it, why you're not it. It'll make up all these excuses, and that's just because at the identity level, you are a certain identity, and it's just doing its thing. It's handling its course. It's a survival thing. It doesn't want to essentially thrive. It wants to stay in its box and survive. And this is just the nature of the human being in the 21st century. We're wishing to become something greater than what we are now, but it's all about breaking the barriers of the mind and its attachment to survival. So essentially, I want to go through this experiment where I get my body still through exercise. So I exercise to get my body nice and relaxed. This isn't just physical exercise where I just get so tired. This is like, it is physical exercise, but it's like, it's not weights. It's not a lot of weights. It's more like cardio and getting the body nice and sweaty and relaxed and super relaxed and the blood flowing. And then doing some hatha yoga or different types of yoga to get the body even more relaxed. And then doing some breathing exercises to still the mind and energize the body as well. And then doing some concentration to get the body still. Or get the mind still as possible, right? And then once the mind gets still, then I project my intention as an identity, as a reality identification. So like, I would do it like a guided meditation where like on the set, like the Miracle Mind app that Sadhguru helped make. In the meditation, you breathe in and you say, "I am not the body," and then you breathe out, "I'm not even the mind." I can do that for the intention part. I can do that for the intention part, but I can also do it for the meditation, where you breathe in, "I am not the body, I am not the mind." You breathe out, and then then a bell rings, and you remain in that stillness. And then when the stillness, then you remain in that stillness for like I'll do like 5 minutes, remain in the stillness. And then when the stillness wears off, or when you're in the stillness, now you project your intention through a breath. I do like an affirmation of the intention that I want to create as a reality. I say it as an affirmation, and I do that through the breath. And then through that repetition, I hear the bell. I hear a bell. The bell rings, and then I remain in stillness. The stillness, the most important thing. And then, yeah, that would be the guided meditation. Stillness, or say, "I am not the body, I am not the mind," into stillness. Then repetition of the goal into stillness. And ideally, I mean, you can repeat the session multiple times, but I want to make it a 30-day experiment. So to start, obviously you would start with something that you can handle, just to see it, test the waters and see how it feels. And then you want to start getting up into like doing it for like doing multiple sessions, 2-3 hours a day. And then obviously you don't just not do physical activity, like you take physical action. Yeah, you don't just not do physical action, you take physical action. But with this new energized being, you have to get change on the subtle level. This train's coming, let me pause. Big thing to note is that when you're doing the affirmations when breathing in, you really have to feel the thought that you're saying as a reality. So when you say, "I'm not the body, I'm not the mind," really feel the intention of you saying that and actually become not the body and become not the mind. So same thing with when I breathe in and I do that intention of the manifestation. When I breathe in, I'm really feeling what I'm saying. And then when I breathe out, I really do feel what I'm saying, like it's a reality. The biggest thing is to make it a reality. Make it real now. Make it so real that it's realer than it's real than the realness that you've been experiencing your whole life. Make it even realer than that. And then bring it into the stillness when you're done with the repetition. And like, to start, you do a certain amount of sessions, but eventually you want to go for like an hour straight with this constant breath and repetition of breath. I think though, to a certain point though, you want to stop with the breathing, because too much breathing might be too much. So I might handle it in a way where it prioritizes more of the stillness of thought and the stillness of presence more than anything. But obviously the initial phases would be to start this repetition of thought into the stillness. This will basically transform yourself on an identity level, because with the breath, you're energizing your body. With the stillness, you're bringing your being to a complete standstill where the thoughts cease, and you're placing an intention in this stillness. Will it work? It's not the point. The point is to change on the identity level, is to feel the fulfillment of already being the person you want to be now, who is capable of doing the things that you want to do. Because when you go out and you try to do the thing that you want to do, on the inside, something says that you're not it. So if you program yourself on a subtle level, that when you look at something and you say, I am it, you no longer have to fight through the urge of not wanting to do it. Now you have something supporting you, saying that if you don't want to do it, it's going to say that you are it, and you do it. It's going to make you addicted to doing it. It's an experiment. The feeling has to become so real, realer than reality itself. And you have to start doing it. You start a little bit. It's a 30-day experiment. But by the end of the 30 days, you want it to minimally be doing this thing for 3 hours a day. Minimally, whatever the fuck. And then obviously you want to take action throughout the day. So you still want to go ahead and do the things that you think you need to do. But this time you'll be guided by the energy that you've created to do the specific task. This is an experiment, understanding the human genius. Because I'm noticing, like, when I go ahead and do the task, there's something that's telling me that I can't do it. Or, like, frustrated on, why can't I pick up the thing and make exactly what that person is making, Why is there a thing saying that it's going to be hard, that it's going to take time? That thing, that voice, is making what needs to be done harder than it actually is. It might be the easiest thing in the world, but with the inner voice saying it's harder than it actually is, it's messing you up. So let's see what I can do with this experiment. It's worth the try,